when mankind turned his back on God, God put in place a plan to redeem mankind. And we finally see this plan coming to pass. In Luke chapter 2, verse 10, we know this passage. There's some shepherds waiting on a cold night, watching over their sheep. It's just another average night for them. And all of a sudden, an angel appears and breaks the silence of the centuries and says, then the angel said to them, do not be afraid. And you guys say, do not be afraid. For behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which will be to all people. Can you imagine this happening after 400 years of silence? There's been no prophecy, there's been nothing. What would your reaction to this be? You know, in the Old Testament, it was mostly bad news that took place. So the first thing the angel says is, do not be afraid. And you guys say, do not be afraid. Because instead of fear, the time for fear is over. Instead, he is bringing great joy. And he says, I will bring you good tidings of great joy, which will be to all people. Can you guys say all people? That includes you and me. That includes your neighbors. That includes the person on the other side of the world that you don't even know. Jesus came in a manger so that everyone, so that the nations could know him. He wanted the good news of the gospel to be preached in every corner of the world. You know, we don't have to be ashamed of this gospel. How many of you guys are proud of the gospel, the good news of Jesus Christ? Amen. Let me ask you a question. Who is the world? The world needs Jesus. Who is the world? Your neighbor? Your unsaved family? The people of China? The people of Japan? The people of Europe? The people of Asia? The people of America? How do we think of the world? When you think of the world, what do you think of? What people has God put on your heart? What new people does he need to put on your heart? Now, what happens when we hear a missionary come and talk about Africa or whatever it may be? Does our heart have compassion, or is our heart callous? Maybe we've heard it so many times it doesn't mean anything to us. Or we've never realized that the gospel is for all people. What happens when we hear about these places? This is Jesus' heart for people found in Matthew chapter 9, verses 36 through 38. And this is how Jesus viewed people. But when he saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion for them, because they were weary and scattered, like sheep having no shepherd. Then he said to his disciples, the harvest is plentiful, truly is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Therefore pray the Lord of the harvest to send out laborers into his harvest. Do we have the heart of Jesus? When we see the multitudes, are we moved with compassion? Who will reach them? They're sheep without a shepherd. They need to be brought into the fold. Who will look on them with caring, compassionate hearts?